Yeah, he's an interesting horse and he's a likely pace angle as well. He went up £4, as you said, for the last day, but who's to say he won't continue to progress. Ken Condon's yards in fantastic order and Billy Lee, a world-class jockey, on his back.
Yeah, evasive power in behind as well. Needs to improve what we've seen thus far. We just pan back around. Chestnut horse number 8, Cafu. This is one that I fancy.
Yeah, he won his maiden at Down Royal. He looked like a nice horse that day, but he was too free on his handicap debut at Naas last time. He had the cheek pieces on first time that day behind Ferretti. He was forever too keen and he didn't get home over 7. He's dropping down to 5 today. The cheek pieces are left off. I think just like you, he's very interesting today.
Yes, indeed. Down at the bottom of the weights. Next one behind it is number 2, Hathiq. Beautifully bred. Formerly trained by Owen Burrows, went up £11 for winning in Tipperary for Dennis Hogan.
Yeah, and he deserved every bit of that. He made most. He beat Mockalad, a decent handicapper, by 3.5 lengths on the day. And he's another inexpensive purchase out of a big yard in England. He came from Owen Burrows for £3,000 and it's already paid him back. Connections are going to have a lot of fun with this horse.
We'll just have a look at number 6 then, behind Midwinster. Number 6 is Optionality. Won a maiden here last season. Disappointed a couple of subsequent runs afterwards. Andy Slattery saw to good effect in Jassar the other night. He takes 7 off.
Yeah, he won a course and distance maiden here last year, as you say, but he was running in Stakes Company. He disappointed at Stakes Company last year. This is his handicap debut, and I think a mark of 79 might be fair for him, especially with Andrew Slattery claiming 7.
Stuff. We just might try and get a quick word with trainer Ken Condon. Ken, apologies for doorstepping you here. A Leaf went up £4 for winning the other day, but I thought there was another day in her.
Yeah, I see he had a rate.
Sorry.
Yeah, he got to 93 at one stage. We're still getting to know him, but we've been delighted with him. You know, he just took a little chance with him, but obviously he was second at Naas, ran lovely, and then he won last week. So up £4, I'm sure he has his chance. I'd expect him to be fighting it out. Small field, shouldn't be much of a bias wherever they land, and as we saw the last day, he's usually quick from the gate, so I'd say he seems straightforward, so I think he must have a good chance. You know?
Again, like today, it was a competitive handicap, maybe a little bit more stronger the last day than today.
I'm not sure about that. Ask me that in a few minutes. I don't know, but he's a sprinter in form. He had a quiet week and was out in the paddock every afternoon, so he's ready to go again. And I think we were lucky now. We got a couple of mils of rain overnight. He just when they get on a bit in mileage, I think just the boys said, oh, there's no jar in it. So I'm hoping that if he does, he'll be fine. But yeah, he should fight it out. Yeah.
So a quick word about Roman. I just thought he ran a cracker in the Lockage, finishing 4th last week at Newbury.
Yeah, delighted with him, Kev. He's come out of the race really well. So we're looking forward to the Queen Anne now, and hopefully the stiff mile will see him find a little improvement. But he's going to turn up in all those good mile races. He's going to be a big price wherever he goes. I'm sure he's going to be 25 to 1 again the next day, but he doesn't know that, and we don't mind. And I was delighted with him. He ran solid, and Billy was very pleased. And we'll keep turning up, and hopefully if cards fall his way, there might be another big day in him.
Is there a chance, a possibility you might step him up a little trip?
Yeah, he's very relaxed in the spring in his work, and he's showing that in the race. And if you look at the Lockins, the first furlong was casual enough, and he jumped well and looked like just for a second he was going to latch on, but he just relaxed very straight away again. So yeah, I'd say there's every chance he could go 1 mile and 1 and maybe 1 mile and a quarter. It's something for later on, but I'd say it's definitely worth trying.
Horse is running well, Ken Condon, and interesting to see how Elite fares here, trying to follow up that Navan win last time. We've got winning form from Elite, also winning form from Hathiq, who I was quite impressed with when he won kind of Tipperary at the end of last month. But you've just been pointing out he has been weak enough in the market. They're back into 5-2 from 11-4 just now.
Yeah, I think he was strong this morning, Gary, and then just a little bit weak now. But yeah, he was very, very good that day at Tipperary, and he's unbelievably well bred. He's the half brother to Massat, who won a Hungerford Stakes and finished second in a Guineas, and to Ektiar, who won a Commonwealth Cup. Some buying there to get him for, I think they got him for $3,000 at Doncaster earlier this year. So I think he had a broken pelvis before that, but Dennis Hogan nursed him back. He was very good that day at Tipperary. He's up £11, but the way that he won and given his pedigree, there's every chance that 11 pounds won't stop him.
Yeah, I think the fact Muckalad, the second one next time out, is probably built into that too, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And won well next time at Naas. Yeah, so the strength in the form and the way that he came clear visually, it was impressive. You wouldn't. I mean, I suppose the handicapper couldn't have given him much more than he gave him, but 11. It's a fair hike, but he won but in the style of a horse who could easily go up 11 pounds and win again.
I didn't see a Tipperary race, but I mean Tipperary is a very flat, fast 5. The Curragh's much different. Would that bother you?
It's a factor, all right. Yeah, but just the way that he did it and his superiority on the day from a horse who came out and won against Sins, and he did come up the near rail as well, which was probably an advantage on the day. But just visually, it was so impressive.
Yeah, there was a bit of give in the ground at Tipperary on that occasion. Today, essentially looking at good to firm, good in places ground on the sprint track here at the Curragh. Owner David Spratt's got a couple of runners in this. One of them trained by Ger Lyons, who's his main trainer, but also got a runner here trained by Andy Slattery, interesting horse called Midwinster. Of that pair, Don Cafu did run well at Naas when we were there the other day, showed up for a long way, maybe didn't quite get home. Ferretti, the winner of that race, came out and ran well here yesterday. He potentially would be the more interesting for me, but you couldn't rule Midwinster out, I don't think, could you?
Yeah, no, I fully agree with all of that, Gary. You wouldn't rule Midwinster out, but Cafu, yeah, like he led that day, and he kind of went clear and went fast enough now over 7 furlongs, dropping back down the trip today. That's probably a positive, and he's down in the handicap as well, just by a couple of pounds. That's a bonus, and he's a lightly raced horse as well. That was his season. Well, it wasn't season, but it was his first run since he was gelded, and it was only his 6th ever run. So there are lots of reasons why he could improve. Yeah,
it was his first go in a handicap too. And Ger Lyons had a couple of winners here on Friday evening in the Judmont colours. Son of No Nay Never, the sire of the first winner.
It's interesting, No Nay Never. He wore blinkers himself, didn't he?
He did. From memory, I think he did. Yeah.
He did. Yeah. It's interesting that not many of the protégés seem to be wearing them.
Well, funny, Cafu had cheek pieces on for the first time the last day, and they've taken them off today. Which is
maybe the distance. Yeah. Maybe
that was up to 7 furlongs. You think coming right back down to 5 now.
I think they leave them on.
Obviously a reason he wore them.
And we're talking about Muckalad there, the horse to finish second to Hathiq in the race at Tipperary. His stable companion Stanhope also ran in that race, was a good way down the field in 10th position and well enough beaten beyond stable companion 20 minutes last time as well. And handicapper hasn't really relented with him, so you'd imagine he's going to be up against it today. And Optionality, who Kevin was talking about there in the preliminaries, easy enough to back there at 10 to 1 as well. Each way punters, obviously Don had a bit of a blow and Verhoeven came out of this, which was always, I'd imagine, going to be a possibility, officially out with an allergy. Yeah, to borrow one of Kevin's favourite sayings, it's a trappy little race, isn't it, with 7 runners now?
It is, yeah. Like Verhoeven was always going to come out. Well, not that he was on, but he ran on Friday night, and ran well actually on Friday night.
I think we're all set. Here's Jerry.
They're off, and a bit slower than the others to leave the stalls was Evasive Power, as Optionality on the stand side is showing good speed, is leading in the early stages. Hathiq on the left with a leaf in between horses. They've broken up here. 2 of the runners coming on the stand side, Cafu and the blue cap of Midwinster, but in the centre of the track it is Optionality leading Hathiq in a leaf, and they're being followed by Evasive Power and Stanhope, and towards the stand side is Cafu and Midwinster. They're past the halfway stage in the Curragh official opening day handicap, and Hathiq draws alongside Optionality. They've gone on a few lengths in front of Alif, and then Evasive Power, Cafu, Midwinster and Stanhope, but inside the final furlong it's Hathiq and Rory Cleary striding away from Optionality, and then Alif and Evasive Power, but it's Hathiq who's set to offset the £11 limiter for winning at Tipperary last time, has won well. Hathiq with Optionality second, then Alif, Evasive Power and Cafu.
Well, there mightn't necessarily have been a huge amount of strength and depth in this race, but I think you can say with a fair degree of confidence that this is a sprinter going places. Hathiq, Dennis Hoban's got him in a rich vein of form at the moment, and Ruby, the race seemed to just break up at a very early stage, and bar something went badly amiss from about a furlong and a half down, this fella was going to win.
Yeah, but I like, even if you look at this race, the value of it, the distance, if this race is in the UK, it would be a full field. there's not great strength and depth to Irish Sprint and Full Stop, and this horse is really on the upward curve. This race fell apart purely because of the speed the two in front are going. Number 6 Optionality and the winner Hathiq. They were just going too fast for the others. I mean, Evasive Power was flat to the boards in the time the stalls opened, but this was a really taken performance. And I know the options aren't great for 5 furlong horses in Ireland, but it's going to take a fair 5 furlong horse to beat him here. There ain't too many in this country that to beat him.
No, look, that was like £11. he'll go up again, he'll win again. Like, that was just because he's got that back breed, such a well-bred horse. You know, he's so well related. It's amazing. It was $3,000 they got, bought him at Doncaster in January, I think.
He's some boy now, but I mean, it's an auto 100 rated handicap. He ran off what mark today? 84, so stick 11, another 11 on him, 95. Like, he's listed class.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Dennis Hogan says. Hopefully we might be able to catch up with him. Usually when you buy a horse like
he's
that,
going to say
there's been a few problems.
Dennis is going to say an awful lot, isn't he? He's going to let the rabbit completely it all out.
I think he did say when he won a Tipperary, I think he had a broken pelvis when, like, he was off the track for a couple of years, but I think he had a broken pelvis.
That's a minor injury for a racehorse. It's way more common than you think, and it's very, very easy to fix. For a broken bone on a horse, a pelvis is probably the one that you wouldn't mind having.
Well, he's by Exceeding Lifestyle. He's a half brother to Massad and a half brother to Ectidar. And he's winning here off 84. He won at Tipperary off 73.
Yeah.
Connections will certainly be able to raise their sights with him now. He's already landed a couple of nice prizes, but I think they can shoot for the stars and aim at some of those real big sprints maybe further down the line now with him as well.
At that trip, like, I mean, does weight make that big a difference? I mean, that race is over before you even realise it started. I mean, was another £11 really going to slow him down?
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Like, 7 runners, one of them was essentially out of the race after about 100 yards of Evasive Power, and the 2 Sprat horses, just as Ruby said, couldn't go to gallop at all. Rory Cleary just giving him a tap down the neck there. Maybe we might get more out of Rory after Ruby, where he seemed to get a good feel off him, just
Rory's
naked eye there.
An absolute grafter, so he is. He was in Tattersalls all week riding breeze up horses. You know, his wife is very big involved in the Kildare Pony Club. You know, they're a great working partnership.
I suppose what another hike will do, it brings him up in class, and then he's competing against faster horses. So that's what another handicap hike will do. But probably, you know, on that performance, he's probably listed class status anyway.
You'd expect a bit more competition as you're going through the grades for the bigger money as well. But Hathiq in the colours of James McCauley then runs out a very, very decisive winner, belying a bit of market weakness, though. He was just back into 5-2 thereabouts near the off under Rory Cleary. Optionality best of the rest, and I think it was Elif staying on for 3rd.
Yes, a very pleasing performance indeed by Hathiq. He's gone off the 5-2 joint favourite in the end, wins geared down. He's beaten a 10-1 chance into second in the shape of Optionality. There's confirmation of that result. 3 3/4 lengths the winning margin. Number 5 didn't go, 7 ran.
Felix Mendelssohn wins on chasing debut at Perth and follows up this afternoon here at Kelso, and winning trainer Stuart Coulthard joins me. Oh, that was quite good again, 2 from 2.
Yeah, no, he's done it well. Taking an age to get him there. It was a bit disappointing with hurdles, but no, the fences, what a difference it made to him. Yeah, I just said I was on the phone to the handicapper. They put him up 9 after Perth, and I wasn't happy. But
you apologise.
There's not much I can say now, really, is there? So no, he's done it well.
Yeah. It did fall apart a wee bit in that there was no prisoners taken up front, Stuart.
No, the James York horse made it a good gallop, and I did say to Sam, he doesn't do a lot in front, trying to hit the front till he jumped the last, and I was a bit worried when, but he was in no man's land. He said the race fell to bits and he had to go, but no, he's gotten there in the end, and probably a wee bit in hand.
And nice to see Sam on him, because he wasn't on him in the race he won at Perth, because he stuck with the horse he won on at Worcester.
Yeah, that's right, and Sean Quinlan he was on board, so Sean was, I think he's at Uttoxeter today, so it helped, so it was under no pressure.